decided to join a dating app this year.
Well, after the new Sex and the City spin-off, and Just Like That, was criticised last week for making online dating seem too easy, we're joined now by romance guru Gaynor Evans to talk more about what makes the perfect profile. And essentially, in Just Like That, so Carrie returned to dating after the death of her husband, and she swipes through 3 profiles and matches perfectly. And many people looked at that and said, that is unheard of.
Add a 0 to the 3,
Right.
and you might get one day. That's the sort of numbers you're looking at.
We've discussed your love life quite a bit.
We certainly have,
And you were very active.
Yes.
Many toy boys.
Yes.
And then lockdown came along and the wheels fell off entirely.
It did.
How's your love life now?
Yes, it's in the doldrums a bit, I think. We've had lockdown. I think there's not been much natural mixing. You know, going out on dates has been difficult because you worry about, you know, besides everything else, you're worrying about whether they've got COVID.
I
and haven't
know,
told you.
yeah,
It just adds to the
Yeah.
it adds to the pressure of getting to know someone.
Absolutely.
Because you're also having to. I mean, do you ask them if they've had the, you know, the vaccination? Well, I mean, does that come into it? Or...
Well, it's taken the spontaneity out of just about everything.
It has,
hasn't it?
yeah.
It really, really has.
So, yes, one needs to get back out. I think a lot of people need to get out there. And I think a lot of lockdown relationships that may have been formed just to get through lockdown will now be going in that direction.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think people will naturally be back out looking.
Well, we're going to talk about more of this in our phone in a moment. We'll give you all the details of that in a second. However, let's go through what you say are the things that you should be aware of on dating apps. And you say it's all about quality and not quantity. So focus on 3 specific apps.
Yeah, I would say pick your app. So I would say you need at least 2, but 3 at a push.
Right.
You certainly don't want more because you'll find you'll get the same people anyway on all of those. Pick perhaps one that's very swipe quick, like Tinder, for example, where it's quick results, quick, it's easy to put up. Maybe one of the middle ones like Bumble or Hinge, and then maybe one of the relationship ones like Elite or Match. But certainly don't put any more than 3 on your phone because you will go dating crazy.
Yeah.
Because you won't be able to resist looking to see what's happening.
Yeah, that's quite
And your whole day will be spent looking to see it.
Yes. You say the proof is in the personal paragraph. And what do you mean about that?
Well, I think besides the picture, let's not mince words. It's always going to be the picture that attracts you first.
Yeah.
If there's no interest in that person physically, you're going to swipe.
Well, that's what those apps have sort of become, haven't they? That's
and
it,
some are more than others, but do read a little bit because if you do match with someone and you're going to start messaging, you need to know something about them. I mean, if you just blindly look at the things and don't read anything, how do you know what they do? They might ask you a question and then you think, oh, I don't know what, I didn't even read that. And you need to have a bit of knowledge and you need to look and make sure that they're genuine. So don't be fooled. If there's only one picture, be very wary.
Well, we'll come to the scammers in just a moment because you say keep your profile simple.
Yes. From our point of view, putting your profile up, keep it simple, light-hearted, keep it that you're just looking for to date, not that you're looking for a life partner or a husband or a wife, because that will put people off. Just keep it fun. Put up as many pictures as you can.
But you say only upload winning pictures.
Yeah.
Don't upload, you know, just got out the bath with a towel on my head, sweaty armpits.
We're dealing with that later.
Yes. Well,
Yeah, we are.
Advice on the way. But put up you at your best. Put the first picture up as a nice picture, you know, one that you'd be pleased to look at. I mean, we are very critical, aren't we?
Yeah.
Put an honest picture up, but your best self. And then put some others, full length, different shots, different settings, and do put one up with your friends.
Yeah.
But don't make that your lead picture.
And make sure that anyone looking knows which one of that is you.
Yeah, because
Well, that's it, isn't it? Because when my mum will tell me off for saying this. She's got a boyfriend now. But when she was on the apps, I'd go, come on, Mum, come round. Let me have a look. We'd sit on the sofa and I'd love it. I was like fully invested. But some people, they have a group picture and
Yeah,
they go, oh, Mum, he looks really nice.
Yeah.
And then it's not him.
It's not him, I know.
So,
you think, God, he's really lovely. I know, I've done it.
Yeah.
But you need to look, especially, you know, a bit, make sure they've got a few. And from your point of view, don't stress what you want. Keep it very generic so that you get lots of interest.
And also, you say don't put all your eggs in one basket. So make sure you're not concentrating in one specific area, but you're essentially chatting to a few people.
A big mistake I find, especially with older women, maybe older guys as well, is that they will get talking to one person, focus on that, put all their hope in that, then it falls through. And then they are miserable because of it. And then they go downhill and they don't go back on the app. So, absolutely, multiple. Chat to as many interests as you can get going. 6, 7, 10, but because gradually they will fall by the wayside. Get them, you know, get them onto the next stage as soon as possible. Don't spend weeks and weeks texting.
You mentioned this earlier on, and I think it's quite important to do, and that's the scammers. How do you make sure you're not scammed?
It is very difficult because they've got so clever. The only thing I would say is to check the profile out. If they've got a lot of pictures in different settings and they all look, that's fairly reassuring. I mean, I got caught in the old days of, you know, the one picture I've got, you know, model sort of looks. And what I do now is if I see one of those, they might have 1 or 2 pictures, but I'm still not convinced. There's something too good to be true. Just go on your instinct. There's a thing on Google called Tin Eye where you can run a picture through and you could run his picture through and it may come up, and as I found, it was a toothpaste advert. He was a model in a toothpaste advert, clearly not on Tinder. He just used this. So that was...
Good teeth, though.
Oh, my God.
And lovely teeth.
Well, if
you like good teeth, which I do, it's one of my things.
Oh, so you can actually scan to see if it's been used anywhere before?
Google do one, but Tin Eye was the one that I used first.
OK.
And keep your pictures current, ladies, as well. And because that's the other thing that could happen. That happened to me really early on, you know, where the guy I was meeting suddenly rang me and said, oh, I forgot to tell you that picture of me is 10 years old. Yeah, that was a shock.
Yeah. I bet it was. I bet it was.
You say, we're going to talk about this in a second. You say, just have fun, be careful. And don't give them any money. And also build a rapport offline. So phone up a little bit.
Have a phone conversation if you like Skype and you like FaceTime. I personally prefer to speak on the phone because unless I'm looking glamorous, there's nobody going to get me on FaceTime or Skype. I mean, I think probably youthful people are probably better at that than I am. But unless I'm looking, because it's a bit like a pre-date.
Yes,
so you can't give a good account of yourself if you're just sitting there on the sofa in your dressing gown with your hair in a roller.
And you'll feel more comfortable just chatting.
So if you chat on the phone, but then you know if you're going to have a rapport with that person.
Well, we'll come back to it a little bit later.
Thank you.